Bluff City Media presents the No Bluffing Podcast. Stepping up to the microphone are your hosts, Christian Ingram and Evan Hayes. Now, let's get to the show.
Grizz Nation, what's going on? I am Chris Ingram.
And I am Evan Hayes.
And this is the No Bluffing Podcast, where we keep it all the way real, all the way raw, and all the way honest about everything Grizzlies, man. Welcome back to another episode. We got a action pack. I hate using that term, but boy, we got an action pack episode for y'all tonight because it is free agency. Started about an hour and a half ago, and man, we got some good news. Some crazy news to talk about in the NBA for sure. So we're going to have the comments live and popping. As these deals, pop in, we're going to definitely chop them up. But y'all know we're going to lead off with the Grizzlies tonight. We got to. We don't have no choice because we are our Grizzly podcast. But we're going to talk about our NBA tonight. So make sure y'all tap in, share this joint, like, comment, do all of that. We definitely going to be interactive with you guys in the comments tonight. Don't know how long we're going to be on, but we'll see about that.
Whatever we feel like. It may be a long going, it's a lot of stuff going on. It's first day crazy.
Yeah, we might have to tap in some other Bluff City media people to tap in. We don't know. We'll see.
If y'all want to, we can send a link out, but get your snacks, get your food, whatever you need, get your water.
For sure.
We both got our water. It's in for a good one, y'all.
For sure. Evan, bro, before we get it popping, how would you tell me something good, man?
Hey, the week was smooth, bro. Just working out, getting these classes out the way. I got 3 more weeks of classes, so ready to knock that down. I posted a new article today, so if y'all want to check that out, Beale Street Bears. My article is about with the addition of Cedric Coward. It could bring some roster rearranging because we have a lot of wings on the roster now, so you never know what might happen. So I talked about that a little bit, so that was fun getting that out. But yeah, it's been a pretty good week, man. So really can't complain too much. How you doing, my dog?
Man, I got nothing but cheer in my heart right now, man. This is the last week of the first semester of my summer, which will be the last go round. We don't talk about that too much as is, so I won't go too in depth. But man, this is the last week of the first semester for me, so I'm glad to get that over with. Man, been busting my ass with 4 classes, working full-time parent, full-time husband, full-time, just full-time.
No break.
So
no break.
Man, yeah, I'm definitely excited to be past this part and move on to the next chapter. But man, got a lot to talk about. So we're gonna jump into it. We're gonna try to keep y'all up to date as it's coming through. I'm gonna have Shams pulled up on here. Ain't gonna be no special graphics because again, I am full-time, like I said. So we ain't gonna have no crazy graphics or nothing like that, but we will have Shams' Twitter feed embedded into the show. And also y'all can chop it up in the comments and let us know how y'all feel about everything that's popping off. So
yes, sir.
Let's get it popping, man. We're gonna probably have the music going for damn near the whole show. I don't know. We'll see. But let's get that popping. I tried to get what you talked about. I couldn't get it in time, bro. I couldn't get it in time. My bad. I couldn't get it in time. But let's pop it off with the biggest Grizzly news of the evening, and that's that the Grizzlies did resign Jaren Jackson Jr. or agreed to resign Jaren Jackson Jr. Obviously, deals cannot be finalized until I want to say July 6th. Am I wrong?
July 6th. Yep. July 6th.
So, barring nothing just going crazy, which it's a slight potential. I ain't gonna hold you. We'll talk about that in a second. But barring something crazy happening, Jaren will be re-signed. Renegotiating this coming season with an additional 4 years extended on top of that for a whopping. Let me make sure I got this. I don't want to be wrong. I want to make sure that brother gets all due.
I got it right here.
$240 million.
$240.
That is an average of $48 million per season. It'll be different than that, but that's an average if you want to kind of base it off that. He got the bag, man. How you feeling about the Jaren re-signing, bro?
Yeah, bro. I think he got the money. He deserved it. We think, like I said, we expected. We talked on this show ad nauseum about do we think that they should extend him now or wait till next season? But as we both expected, he got the money this year, and of course, I'm never gonna be mad at a guy getting his money and a guy that wants to be here getting his money. So I'm honestly, being that it's here now, being expected, I'm just ready to see what he does now. There's also a rumor that he's changing his number now, so we're getting a new Jaren Jackson Jr. now. He got his new bread, changed to number 8 all of a sudden. So hopefully, with some more motivation, new number, he can produce more on the court. We have an all-star caliber player on our team, so we never want to let that talent just walk away or just don't shut him up for the future. So I really don't have that many problems with it. The money is what it is. So yeah, shout out Triple J. Glad for you to be here. What was your thoughts on Jaren Jackson Jr.'s extension? Because it was the first deal that actually, like, the 5 o'clock hit. That's really the first headline that hit. Seemed like the Grizz had this, like, already agreed, like, weeks ago when they just wanted to wait for it to be official. So what was your thoughts when the sham notification hit your phone?
It was expected. It was the expected outcome. So it's not like I'm surprised. We done had a lot of conversations on here, different multiple group chats I'm in, on the timeline on Twitter. This has been the goal. This has been the goal for the Grizz to get this done. And I put a tweet out there that I want to say it was yesterday, matter of fact. I said, if we think that Jaren and his front office don't have something pretty much, agreed to, it's kind of crazy because, number one, Jaren is a NBPA, National Basketball President Association vice president. Like, he's on that board. So he understands that time is of the essence when it comes to getting any type of deal done. He understands the CBA because he's a part of the group. I ain't saying that Jaren was up there banging his head on the table saying this is what the CBA is going to be, but he's very fluid and knowledgeable of what you can and cannot do in that. And so, being, looking out for the team, looking out for himself, it was either going to be going one or two ways. Either he was going to take that deal immediately like he did, or he was going to set that thing out and just say, you know what, we'll revisit it next offseason. Go ahead and get us some pieces in here. We just let go of our guy, Desmond Bane, a couple of weeks ago. So it's done. We don't have to worry about that no more. And it is what it is, man. Like, I would say majority of the fan base is happy. It is some people that are not happy about it, but you know what? Like, you have that contract too. In the worst case, if anything ever goes awry, now you can get some type of value back with Jaren if it comes down to that, right? The goal is for him to come out next season and show he's worth that contract and more. Like, that's the goal. And one thing that Michael Cole talked about a couple of weeks ago was that, like, him re-ing up right now was so important for the simple fact that he can go out and get another, like, Supermax deal again in his prime when he's, like, 30 years old. So that was, like, definitely a key component of him going ahead and getting it done now. And so, I'm pretty sure he saw the pros and cons. The Grizz saw the pros and cons. And here we are, man. Like, the deal is done. We can really move on from the top. For a little bit. And the reason why I say that, before we get into Santi, it was reported that the Grizzlies are going to be negotiating with Cole Anthony on a buyout. Now, for me, when this news first dropped, I'm like, all right, hold on. We ain't heard of no trade. We ain't heard of no buyout. We ain't heard of a wave and stretch. Like, we didn't hear of nothing. You know what I'm saying? As far as roster movement to create that cap space. And so that being the first announcement literally on Sham's page was kind of wild to me because I'm like, hold on, what happened? And then literally, bro, he drops another bomb saying that Santi resigned right after that. So I'm like, hold on, bro, where's the money coming from? Like, what happened? And so I saw a tweet. Shout out to my guy. He used to be, I remember his page on Twitter for being Jalen Wells Muse. I can't remember his new name over here. If you're in the comments, bro, definitely comment. I know the name when I see it. I just can't think of the top of my head. But he posted that he saw Cole Anthony's dad, Greg Anthony, say on TV that it was more than likely going to be a buyout with the Grizz. And sure enough, Shams reported it a little bit after that. And so that is how the money is getting freed up. But the thing is, you still have to come to an agreement of how much money you're going to take on that buyout. So what's your thoughts on the Cole Anthony buyout? Are you upset? Would you have rather had him, in training camp, seeing what he can do? What's your thoughts on that?
Honestly, I hope we can get a trade out of him. Like, I would, yes, free money is cool, but as we will talk about later, the free agent market on bigs is getting a little drier as we're speaking. And by the end of this show, maybe more bigs going off the market. So I'm hoping we can get a trade out of him because I am more confident in us finding a legit big in the trade market in compared to the free agent market. Being that Cole Anthony just got traded, the curiosity in me wants to have him just as getting trained just to see what he can do. But with Ja, with Scotty, with Cam Spencer, Ty Jerome, like there's only so many guards on this team that's going to handle the ball at one time. So he was kind of odd man out. You know, if you look at the tea leaves, Zach Kleiman, no one really talked about Cole Anthony. Everyone talked about Octavius Caldwell-Pope. When he got acquired, no one really talked about Cole Anthony. So the guy was kind of on the wall, like from the beginning. I probably wish, you know, he would just be here for training camp because I feel like, you know, he's a good player, but I'm not surprised at all. Like Hakeem is saying right now, I think I'm confident with Scotty being our backup point guard. I feel like he's proved, at least he's earned that right to lose his job if he doesn't play what we think he is. So I just hope we get a trade out of it. Like I feel like we really need a big because there's still moves like we talk about. Well, there's still moves to be made, but I'd rather it be used to trade for a big, at least another big wing, in comparison to just buying them outright and just having that flat money. But what do you think? You muted my dog.
Rookie mistake. For me, like it's one of those things where I would much rather have gotten hopefully some kind of value back for him. But as we're saying, and we're gonna talk about some deals that's going out there right now, bro. Like the market is all over the place. You don't know what you're gonna get for a player. Like it's players going for stuff that we would think they would have gotten less for. It's players going for things that we would have thought they would have gone, you know, gotten more for. So it's one of those things to like, I would rather keep him around for the asset. I know he couldn't be aggregated until August 5th, I believe was the date. But at the same time, going back to talking about Jaren and Zach Kleiman as the GM of the team, you understand time is of the essence. You have to go ahead and get something done now. And it was a report came out early this morning saying that the Grizz spent the whole entire weekend, this past weekend, trying to find a trade party to get his deal off the books. And they couldn't get it done. like nobody wanted to take $13 million, bro. Like and so it is what it is. You know, we move on. And like we got handlers, we got Scotty Pippen, we got Ty Jerome, which we're about to talk about here in a second. He's coming in to handle the ball for what you need him to do. You already had it for actually less. You know, Scotty Pippen can score the ball, he can defend as well. Ty Jerome is coming in to score the ball, period. Like we're not paying him to play defense. He's not Luke Kennard for y'all that don't watch basketball. He's coming in to get buckets. Like that's what he's coming to do. And so if you have that, if y'all remember 2 weeks ago when the deal went down, that's the one thing that I said I wanted to keep Cole Anthony for, is because we didn't have anybody off the bench that you trusted to go get buckets. Trust me, I won't be fidgeting when Ty Jerome goes up there and gets buckets like I do Scotty. So I you know, salute to Cole. Thank you for you and your team for working with us on getting that deal done so that we can open up the cap space. But GD, your ass ain't safe. Don't you think 1 second?
You is gonna go somewhere that is not here.
Yeah,
I don't know. And BC, you too. You on the chocolate block too, my dog.
So let me ask you this real quick before we move on. If you couldn't unload, and I know it's the number, right? Because everybody don't really have cap space. But would you have imagined that it would have been a little bit easier to get up off a Cole Anthony's deal versus a GD deal? I know the money, but value-wise,
but Cole, that's exactly what I'm saying. Value. I feel like Cole Anthony like is a legit role player in the NBA that I feel like a lot of contending teams would love to have. You know, and he's still young, but he still has some type of veteran experience because he's played playoff basketball. He was a high school player, college, but he has talent. Like he is undoubtedly talented. So I am very surprised that we haven't been able to find a trade. So you never know what might happen if they wait on the buyout. But yeah, I am very surprised that Conchar has more value in this market than Cole Anthony. Like, and Conchar is older, on a worse contract in my opinion as well. Like, but hey, you know, the market is what the market is. You know, guards are getting transported like everywhere right now. So it seemed very easy to get a guard right now. Like we just saw D'Lo just got traded. No, he just signed with the Mavs. Like Bruce Brown, Bruce Brown. He just got Bruce Brown. He got traded. He just went back to the Nuggets. So guards are at a premium right now. So it seems like unless you're bringing that much value or your contract is that good, teams aren't going to take that contract on knowing that they can get other guys on a better contract, better value. So it's surprising, but when you really look at the market, it's not that surprising.
Yeah. Let's move on to the next re-signing that the Grizz has announced. Santi Aldama. Let's go ahead and pull the deal up. So we can inform those that ain't tapped in as much, but
it's 3 year 52, I think. I think it's 3 year 52 million.
$52.5 million 3-year deal for Santi Aldama. They did extend him a offer sheet. Santi said, "No, I want to be back in the M. I don't even want to see how much money I can get," which for me was surprising. You didn't even want to test your market.
Test the market, yeah, that was kind of crazy to me.
He is with CAA, one of the biggest agencies, really in entertainment. I'm pretty sure they got a gauge on his market of some sort. And so, if he loves Memphis, which, I mean, all signs point to say that he does, makes sense from that regard. But what's your thoughts on the Santi deal?
Because when I got the notification, I was in the gym, and I had my knee-jerk reaction was like it wasn't negative, but it wasn't overall positive as well. Because everybody knows my feelings about Santi. Yes, he can add a lot on the offensive end on the floor, but on the defense end, I cannot stand him. I personally actually gonna disagree with my brother. I think 17.5 is a slight overpay. I had him between the 13 and the 15 range. That's where I had him. That's where I personally. So I think 17.5 is a slight overpay, but being that the market was what it was, being that he's a stretch big, I bet his market was probably out there. So I'm not surprised we did the move. I wish it was a little more team friendly, but being that you good, bro?
No, go ahead. I saw a notification. My bad. Don't look at my face.
Yeah.
While I'm on camera, don't look at my face.
Yeah, being that it is what it is. Worst case scenario, this is a very team friendly. It's a trade friendly contract to get him on a deadline just in case he doesn't pan out. He doesn't measure up to his contract. So it's kind of silver line to it. Obviously, I love guys that want to be here. Clearly, Santi wants to be here. I just need him to play some damn defense. If he plays some damn defense, you won't hear a lot of complaints out of me. It's just for 17.5 million, I can't just have you playing one side of the ball. That's literally my biggest gripe with Santi. 17.5 is an overpaid, yes or no, cool, whatever. But you're not getting that much. I'm not paying you that much to only play one side of the ball. Jerome, we'll talk about him. He's on a very team-friendly deal. We know he's not that good on defense, but he's not making $17.5 million. So being that Santi is, I need to see more. So that's more than Jaren. I want to see an elevation in his game directly next year. Being that we're paying you this much, that I feel like it's a slight overpay. I need to see some progression on defense end for Santi. Then I'll be more happy about this deal.
Yeah. I mean, I get it. To me, I was having a conversation down the timeline earlier. All of these deals that we are bringing in to this point, I'm just excited that the Grizzlies finally have movable contracts, bro. In this era of Grizzlies back.
Why? That's funny. That's funny.
In this era of Grizz Next Gen, we've never had movable contracts. It's always been one, maybe two guys at a time. And them guys ain't had no value. So it's you having that deal, it really don't matter. You know what I'm saying? Or we would have had to attach so much to a player that had value. And the other team is well, why would I do that deal? So I'm just excited at this point that we have KCP over 20 million. We got Santi at a close 20 million. We have BC at 12.5 or 12 something. Obviously you got the Jerome deal now. We got some movable deals to a point. Jaren, like I said, I'm not saying to trade Jaren. He can retire Grizzly. I'm not saying that. But it's been hard to recoup value on players because we haven't had the money out there. Now we have an actual roster full of movable deals that make sense. And so for that, I'm excited for. The Santi deal, like you said, it's going to be a slight overpay. He did have some suitors. I know that to be true. And so you got to give him what his value is, maybe even a little more to sweeten the deal. But is 17 mil per, over 15 mil per really hurting us and what we can do? Not really. Especially within this new CBA when you can bring back a player that makes about $7.5 million more in a one-on-one deal. So, I look at it like this. If Santi can net us a player later on that makes, close to $25 million, the deal was worth it. Y'all can have Santi. Do what you got to do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it is going, and I know we keep talking about bigs and things like that. I want to talk about Ty Jerome once, and then we're going to get into what we need and the other deals. I feel like if you got Ty Jerome scoring the ball, he's not he ain't Luke to where he's getting targeted as much, but he's not a defensive stopper. But if you got him flanked with other wing defenders like we have now, at this point, I think he'll be fine. Same with Santi. I think with the wing defenders, you got Scotty out there. If they get some type of veteran backup big that can just basically be a tank, like just be physical, like just get rebounds, like something like that, I think that'll kind of help Santi. We talking like BC ain't around, but I don't want BC as your backup center. I'm sorry. Never have and still don't.
Yeah, I slightly disagree. Like, yes, you said if you have other good defenders around Santi, it may supplement his defensive liabilities. But the thing is, being that we are missing bigs right now, and Santi is 7 foot, and no matter if he plays like it or not, he is 7 foot tall. I don't necessarily, because he's going to be that backline defense, and he's not there right now. So that's why I say I need an elevation on the defensive end, because right now, because everybody in the comments keep talking about it, there isn't a lot of bigs out there. Like there just isn't a lot of good quality bigs left. Like there's still a few sprinkled in, that maybe we can trade for with BC and all that. Right. But I'm not confident with our big rotation being Santi Aldama and J Huff right now. Because if BC is gone, because that we're going off the assumption that Brandon Clark's not going to be here. With Santi and J Huff, like for game one, like I don't like that, like whatsoever. Like so. I need either Santi to get better, or I need to see a sham notification next few weeks of us getting a big, because I don't like Santi in that position, or unless he elevates his game. So I see what you're saying about Ty Jerome, but I don't see it as much for Santi.
And I feel that, like, I don't know if, like I said, I don't really understand. I don't expect Santi to be on this team like a super long time. You know what I'm saying? So for that standpoint, we do what we got to do until something comes of of value to us, whether it's at the deadline next summer. The biggest thing is I'm just glad you didn't let none of these dudes walk for nothing. Like, you can't do that in today's NBA. And if it took us to, I get it. Like, people talking about, I was having another conversation earlier, have a lot of conversations on Twitter. And somebody was saying, like, we haven't made deals, for these certain guys. And I'm going to take this from saying, which he makes a great point. Like, other teams haven't made deals for these guys either. Up until probably an hour ago, when Cam Johnson got moved for, which we're going to talk about in a second, Michael Porter Jr., like, they got back a comparable player. Like, a lot of people will probably make that deal or say that they're pretty close in value to a certain extent. Like, we didn't have a Michael Porter Jr. to make the deals that these people are trying to, say that we should make. I wanted to happen, but ain't nobody taking BC and Jitty for Cam Johnson. Clearly, ain't nobody taking Jitty and BC for Trey Murphy or Kevin Durant or Jaylen Brown. Like, you can go down the list. You might be able to get Herb Jones for extra picks, but it's gonna be hard to do. Like, you might have to load up on picks, just because of that value you sending them over there. So, yeah, like, it's one of those things. Like, I get people wanting certain things, bro, but you gotta have something that somebody wants, and people do want Santi. Hopefully, he can go out and ball again on the offensive end. Put that value up, and we get in a real piece, because we're still looking at, in my opinion, a small forward deficiency until we talk about, what Cedric Coward can be long term. But in the right now, we still don't have a starting level small forward. So we're gonna talk about Cam Spencer really quick, and we're gonna talk about what we think needs to happen moving forward right after that. So real quick, we ain't gotta stay long on Cam Spencer because it ain't really too much to talk about. But they did go ahead and extend him a two-way offer, and decided to double down on that and just give him a real deal. 2 years, $4 million. They didn't give him the 4-year special they gave Scotty and G and Vince and J Huff. They didn't do that. They gave him 2 years. And shout out to Chris Harrington. What he made a good point, explaining that the reason why they did that is that allows them to still have access to that biannual exception that we did extend over to Ty Jerome. And so, if we would have gave him 4 years, we wouldn't have access to that. You asked me, do I want Ty Jerome or Cam to give me Ty Jerome? Like, I want both, but I need to have Ty Jerome on my roster if I got the opportunity at that number, which, again, we got to chop it up about that as well. Thoughts on the Cam Spencer deal? I don't really have too much on that, but salute to him.
Hey, just to clarify, it was a 4.5 million for all the people in the comments. It was 2 years, 4.5 million, so a little bit above $2 million a year, but that's just a few thousand. But yeah, kind of just shout out Cam. Like I talk about this in my article. Like we all knew that Climate was going to expect a bigger role out of Cam Spencer going into next year, so I wasn't surprised that we got this deal done. It just kind of just clouds up that wing rotation every time, or like that guard/wing rotation, like to the point that you said that we don't have a starting caliber small forward. Being that Cam Spencer is here now, what my mind goes to is the odd man out, maybe GG, Vince, and as we talked about Contra. Like clearly these guys get stirred up, and y'all future still in the air. So I feel like this tells more about how the franchise looks at those guys and what those guys could be as assets, or expecting them to be something greater. Because if not, they should be moved. So these type of deals, I feel like, puts more pressure on the GGs and the Vinces of the world, because clearly these guys around us are shored up for at least 2, 3, 4 years. Like KCP, you Cedric Howard, you got Cam Spencer, Ty Jerome's here now. Like all these guards and wings are around, but GG and Vince, y'all are question marks right now. So that's where my mind goes to. Like when the Cam Spencer gets signed, it's like, yo, since he's here now, GG and Vince, y'all got some ground to make up decisions to do on these guys, because being that Cam is locked up, it's only so many roster spots, it's only so many guys that can play. You see what I'm saying? So that's what my mind goes to. Like, shout out Cam, though. I feel like he's gonna have a great year next year with an elevated role, but my mind goes to outside of him and what this means for other guys down on the roster.
We're gonna let him have his moment, man. He got it. Salute to Cam. Look, I love Cam. I think we both love Cam. I would say if anybody has it's probably more Vince than GG, because GG can play up. So right now, he still is the only technical small forward we got on the roster. Like wherever we want to put him at, I think he may even be better suited at the 4 long term. But I'm cool with him being the only small forward. But yeah, I mean, somebody's gonna have to move around. They did have to fill a roster though, because people forget that we did lose Luke, we did lose Lamar Stevens, we did lose Marvin Bagley. So we had some spots to fill for sure. I want to say, did we move somebody else too? No. That's it.
Nah, cause we traded this. We got I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's it. Cause J Huff's still on the roster, so yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah, and don't wish this on us. Don't wish this on us. No, do not put that into the atmosphere. No, let's not do that. Let's not. No, I don't care what we do. Let's not put Bismack Bianca. Oh yeah, we lost Yuki too. Yeah, we lost Yuki too, cause Yuki not coming back. So yeah, Yuki is with us.
I ain't gonna lie. And I know my dad, if he watching or whenever he watches back, I know he's happy that that's done. Because, bro, it was so many games we went to this year with my dad. Man, he been getting so damn irritated at Yuki, bro. Like, why are we rolling this man out? Like, why we rolling him out like he's like, I'm finna say something that'll get us canceled. But you know how, like, you got...
I know exactly where your brain went to. Don't just stop. No, stop now. Stop now. Don't even go there. No.
You got that weird family member, bro, that, like, you come out in family functions and they want him to dance, like,
in front of everybody.
They want her to dance in front of everybody to...
Do you little dance?
Go, little Ray. Yay. And it don't be good at all. Like, that... Yuki was our little Ray, and it's like he's good in FIBA basketball and playing for his country, but like, bro, he's not making a real NBA roster. Let's stop, bro. Like, we did that for PR. We got, it did what it needed to do.
Yeah, got your pan. Yeah.
Salute for the jelly beans, Yuki. Yeah. We holler at you, bro. For real. Go Grizz forever. Green grind forever.
Go Grizz. Tight.
So we out. We done with that. We're going to do Ty Jerome, and then we're going to take a break because we've been going for a minute. We're going to take a quick break to this. Let's talk about Ty Jerome. Again, we did announce he did get a $28 million deal. Sorry,
3 year, 28 million. 28 million. Yep, 3 year, 28 million.
He was expected to go for the full mid-level, which is about a little bit over 14 million per year. The Grizz get that done much less than that. That means that Ty Jerome wanted to be here. He saw the value of what he could bring to this team. He felt probably a little slighted from the Cleveland Cavaliers bringing back Sam Merrill over him. I know I would. So like Sam Merrill got a bigger bag than Ty Jerome, and I was like
cool.
running
Like,
up for
Sam
6
Merrill,
man.
cool. Yeah, like
Come on, bro. So like, yeah, I think he understood the situation. I haven't seen Nall yet, bro. Has Nikhil Alexander Walker got signed yet?
Nope, he has not. I got
Okay, that was like
live response on, but no, he has not.
Okay, I know those like the 2 hottest names or whatever. But back to my point on Ty Jerome, got him signed at a really, really great deal. A guy that can fill it up, that can score in bunches. He's got a dog mentality. Zach Clemens been talking about dogs all summer at this point. Devin Walker had me tripping on the show earlier today. He was talking about if you took a shot every time you heard the word dog mentioned in these press conferences, you would probably be drunk off your ass right now.
Probably dead.
That is true.
Probably dead of alcohol poisoning. You could be dead. Like, no, oh my God, they be saying that too damn much, bro.
Yeah, but for real. But yeah, dog, that's a great deal. I'm excited for it. The Grizz really signed free agents. We got a guy. Look, we got a white. Well, I don't know if Ty Jerome is white. I don't know if that this.
I think he's white. I think he's white.
He might be something else with his Michael Harrell. Shout out to Michael. Appreciate you tapping in. If you tapping in,
shout out Mike, bro. You just caught me boy straight for no reason. Like
he do look like Mike, bro. He do look like Mike.
Come on, bro.
But yeah, like I don't know what he is, but look, after all that mess that we went through in the national media talking about people don't want to sign here, they don't want to play here. We got a guy that wasn't a black guy that signed in the M to come, help us take this team to the next level, man. So shout out to him. How you feel about the deal, bro?
I love the deal. I was so hyped when it was said that we were expected to get him. I was hyped when the news finally. I was kind of getting scared because I was like, all these Grizzly deals are gone, but we're not getting the Ty Jerome deal yet. But being that we got him, I am happy. We got another bucket getter off the bench. We got another guy that created his own shot. We have instant offense, what we've been missing. I cannot stress enough about how good this deal is. A team-friendly deal as well. $9.5 million a year. You will take that any day of the week and twice on Sundays. You gotta play defense. Like, I'm cool with you. Like, Ty, you broke my heart. You played in Virginia because y'all won in that championship, and I didn't want you to win that job. I forgot who y'all was playing, but I didn't want y'all to win. And you hit those 2 clutch free throws. So you a big time player. Just gotta play a little bit of defense. It's all just a tad bit. Just don't be insufferable. Because I was reading a lot of like Cleveland Cavalier like articles. Like I was reading like Cleveland Cavalier articles just like for preparation, like just to see what we were getting. And everybody was saying like how he got played off the floor in the playoffs. He was just criminally bad on defense. Just be decent on defense. Just don't be a cone. Don't be a Luke Kennard. And you will be all the city of men will fall in love with you if you just play a smidge of defense and just score the ball like you do. So I love it, honestly. Like this is probably, in my opinion, our best deal we've made, like to progress the franchise since Tyus. That's just my personal opinion. I know some people talking about JV and all that, but I mean, like,
if you talking about a sign,
yeah, like I'm talking about like, cause we signed Kyle too. We signed Kyle as well, but like,
before Tyus,
but I think like the I'm just talking. Yeah, that was before Tyus. Yeah, you're right. But probably, but just since it's in this era, I feel like, in my opinion, it's the best sign that we've had outside of Tyus Jones. We're talking about direct correlation of winning and all that. So, no killer just signed with the Hawks. King me, don't say it ain't so.
It makes sense.
Say it ain't so.
Was it what's his name? He was rumored to go to the Pistons as well. But Caris LeVert just signed almost for $30 million with the Pistons, so it makes sense. If they lost him, they got they probably do that. Yeah, makes sense.
That's unfortunate, but yeah, I love Ty Jerome. So that was up for me. Good move by Kleinman. What you thinking, dog?
I mean, yeah, I like them. I don't have nothing bad to say about the move. We haven't talked about the rookies. We'll get to that. I'm pretty sure at some point, probably at the end of the show. So if anybody want to hear our thoughts on the rookies, I know it's been a week since we been on, but I'm looking at Said Coward as being your small forward of the future. Does that mean that he's going to be starting this year or at night one of this year? I don't know. And I hate to say that when I got GG, my boy, still on the roster, but GG, you got to get your shit together. That's really all I got to say about it. And I'm one of your biggest fans saying that. But yeah, he allows you to do some creative things, bro. Like if Said does not start coming out the gate, let's say you start KCP, let's say you start Jalen Wells at the 2 wing spots. You coming off the bench with Said, who was a do-it-all, everything Swiss Army knife to a certain degree. You have Ty Jerome who can fill it up offensively. You got Scotty that can be a demon on defense and give you points. Like, that is your 3-man weave off the bench, or add him in your rotation. Maybe even playing point guard, in Job's absence, or just to spell him. I love the versatility he adds. And so, especially at that deal, bro, like, it really, like, if you complain at the Ty Jerome deal, bro, you just want to complain. And power to you, like, no power to you. I don't live my life that way, to where I got to complain when it's clearly positives in situations. I can critique things, but like to say that it's just a bad deal and, whatever, like, yeah, that's crazy. Anyway, people been talking about all day, he's Luke Kennard. Y'all have not watched.
No, he's not. Basketball. Y'all don't watch ball. No, he is not.
You don't. And I hate that. I hate the you don't know ball or you ain't watching ball, because people, I hate that. But like, it's no way you watching for real. If you comparing them two, just because they potentially are both white, like, that's crazy. Like, no, they're different players. I promise you. So I'm excited for the deal. And again, worst case scenario, which I know he wants to be here. It's another deal again that you can move on later because you have it close to a number where you can get some pieces back for. So salute to Ty Jerome. Y'all let us know. Hey, matter of fact, let's hop in the comments, Rick. Let's talk about.
This is a lot. It's a lot. I want to talk about this real quick. Hold up. I want to talk about this.
What you got?
He's a close to Luke Kennard come big game and player time. Sorry to tell you. I've seen this narrative a lot. And I just want to say just straight up no. Like, again, like, people try to make it a 1-to-1, like, because they're both shooters and they both have similar roles, like it's 1-to-1, but it's completely not if you actually watch the game. Like, the reason why Ty Jerome didn't play well in the playoffs because of his defense side of the ball. His offensive spark was there, and they saw risers like Donovan Mitchell who was able to come on with the offense, being that Ty Jerome wasn't playing because he got played for defensively. But in big time, he had a 28-point game against the Heat in the first round where he had 10 threes. Actually, that math don't correct. He had 35 that game. He had 10 threes that game. He's been playing in big games since high school. Like, Ty Jerome, who's a highly recruit, he was a highly played great. He won a national championship. Like, he knows how to play in big time games. So that's why I've been saying this caveat. If he actually knows how to play defense, we can see a lot of lines where Ty Jerome is closing. Like, he is that good. He is that good of a shot creator, in his magnetism on defense. Like, imagine Ja going in, you can't help off of Ty Jerome. You just simply can't. Like, that creates space for us as well. And if anything, he chucks more than Luke. Like, Luke, he'll be scared to shoot. Ty Jerome maybe shoots a little bit too much. Like, his shot can be questionable sometimes, but I'd rather have that than a guy who cherry picks his shots because he cared about his shooting percentage. Like, Ty Jerome was a 50, 40, 90 caliber guy, and he shoots the ball damn near too much. Like, think about that. Like, think about that for a second. Like, he's that efficient.
A step further, bro. Like, in the playoff series that people keep bringing up about playoffs, like, the series that he played bad in was when a lot of that team with Cleveland was hurt. He's not a starter, bro. He's not Desmond Bain. If you think he's Desmond Bain, then I'm sorry, you're wrong. Like, he's not Desmond Bain. He's not a top 5 shooting guard. He will be targeted in the playoffs. He is a role player, bro. Like, he's not your starting two. Like, that's what you got to understand.
He's not playing that much to get targeted.
Yeah, he's a 20-minute a night player. Let me say this. He's a role player. So if he's playing bad that night, you're going to pull him. His minutes will be shorter. But if he's playing on average how he normally plays, he's going to get 20 to 25 minutes a night, bro. He was literally, I think he was second in 6th man of the year voting. You don't get that by being Luke Kennard. Or third. Yeah. I mean, he was top 3. Yeah, thank you.
Top 3, yeah.
Like, that, I'm sorry, bro. Like, I hear what you're saying, but you can't ask a role player to do everything for you. Like, it's not, especially $8-9 million. Like, that's just not feasible. We're not bringing in Kawhi. We're not bringing in KD. We're bringing in a guy that is feeling a need that we have not, like, felt it forever. Like, when's the last time that we've had a big score on this team? Definitely not in this era. So, like, I couldn't go back to grit and grind. Like, who? I can't think of nobody.
OJ was here for like a cup of coffee. So OJ was here for like his first before he got crazy. We traded him out.
And he was starting.
Until he got demoted. Until he got demoted with TA. So like Bino Udrih was like a kind of a scorer. Jared Bayless, those are like bitch scorers, but they weren't like filling up like Jared Bayless. Yeah, like Jared Bayless, he came off the bench like and finished a lot of those games in the Green Grind era. If people remember that. So yeah, man, like I don't see the negativity about this. My boy Keith Fisher, this is the point where a lot of people are not talking about. Jerome can make a lot of plays for us, and he really turns the ball over. That's why we signed him. Like, he's smart with the basketball. For a guy that does not have the ball, or he has his hands a lot, like in the second unit, he does his job very, very well. And being that we suffer with turnovers, he's a smart basketball player that knows how to make good decisions with the ball. 50, 40, 90 on very few turnovers. And you get that at $9.5 million. You can't really argue that, Like, he feels a need that we haven't had for a very long time. And that's just kind of how it is, man. So if y'all think Cole Anthony is better, go to whatever team Cole Anthony gonna be on and see what the projection is. 1 for 1. Listen, Quarterly started. I like, but Quarterly started. By the way, yeah, bro. That's why I know you don't watch hoop. Nah, Josh Breezy. I caught you, dog. You didn't watch basketball at that time. Sealy definitely started. Like, come on, bro.
He was definitely starting. Yeah, man.
He was definitely starting. Sealy for 3. I remember that. Come on, dog.
Yeah, dog.
These two dudes that watched that, we was living through the Green Grind days, so you got to test us, cause come on, dog. Come on.
Yeah, man. But look, hey, here's the thing. Again, whether you like the deal or not, what should be understood here is that we have movable contracts to move on later on that we've never had.
Yeah, assets. We have assets.
We got an asset, additional asset on top of these other contracts we signed that we can move later on. People, we incline all the time because he hasn't made certain deals, and it's like people don't understand it's not 2K. You got to make money work. You got to make value work. The other team has to want the player, and even if they want the player, if the money doesn't work, we can't give them the player that they want. We now have the ability to do that, and so a guy at that number, which we didn't have much cap space at all. Y'all go look at these deals going out there. I would much rather have Ty Jerome as a backup scorer on this team, which we really need, than go spend that on Kevon Looney as a backup big. I love Kevon Looney. I wish we could have got him out on vet minimum or something like that. But paying him $9 million, no, I'm cool on that. Like, so when you put it in that perspective, I think like it makes a little bit more sense for why they did what they did. But yeah, I love to pick up. It's cool, Again, got a 6-man. That's what we needed, and we'll see what else comes from free agency. We're gonna take a quick break. On the other side, we're going to talk about what potential moves we can make for the rest of this offseason, or at least in free agency. Obviously, trades are to be determined. We don't know what's going on with those because it has been said, which I've known. I mean, we've known this for a little while anyway. But if Brandon Clark and GD are on the trading block. So we'll see if anybody takes them. We'll see if we can flip them into. But yeah, we're going to take a quick break. And we'll be right back to discuss that. And we'll talk a little bit about the rookies before we get up out of here tonight. So y'all stay tight. We'll be right back.
The Memphis Grizzlies are calling about Deni Avdija of the Portland Trail Blazers, formerly of the Washington Wizards, as a potential piece that they could add around Ja, Dez, and Jaren. Now, Avdija is going to command a high payday. He's around a $20 million guy, but it is a descending contract. Is Deni Avdija somebody that you would want to see paired up along those guys in Memphis?
Multiple times when he was playing for the Wizards and when he was playing for the Trailblazers, when the Grizzlies were playing them, he was playing harder than anybody on the court. He's got an incredible motor. But I do like Deni Avdija, and it's because of his motor. And I feel like this team missed a motor.
Yeah, I don't know that it takes us all the way to the NBA Finals, but I do think we're a better team with Deni Avdija, especially if you can make a deal work where you can keep your core 3 still available. Putting him on a starting lineup with Ja, Dez, Jalen, Deni Avdija, and Jaren, to me, feels like a team that could be competitive in a deep Western Conference.
Tune in to the 2 Buck Sports Show with Rusty Witten and Drew Gann every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday live at 11 a.m. on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel. Looking for an alternative to alcohol or conventional medicine? Check out Ounce of Hope, a Memphis-based dispensary with 2 local stores in the Sanderland Center and on South Cooper Street. You can get all the products you need in a location convenient to you. Each store offers an intentional shopping experience with dedicated bud tenders to answer all of your questions, from product selection and mushroom blends to our personal favorite, the Delta 9 seltzers. You gotta try the Peach Buzz. Try Ounce of Hope at either one of their 2 Memphis stores or at www.ounceofhope.com for convenient products shipped right to your door. Use the promo code BluffCity for 15% off any order, excluding sale items. Cannot be used in conjunction with other promotions or discounts. One use per customer.
Hopefully my boy ain't froze on me.
Hey man, I don't know what just happened. Can you hear me,
Yeah,
brother?
you froze, gang. I ain't gonna lie to you. You froze. Oh, no, you're not. Okay, cool. We good now. We good.
Boy, this Mac bout, man. This Mac, it done lasted me a long time, boy. But man, I might have to go get another Mac because this thing is tripping out. But welcome back to the No Bluffing Podcast, where we keep it all the way real, all the way raw, and all the way honest about everything. Grizzlies, appreciate y'all tapping in with us on this free agency night. Almost at 1,000 viewers between both platforms, Twitter and YouTube. So shout out to y'all, salute to y'all. Appreciate y'all tapping in tonight. Hey man, shout out to my guy, P. Davis. We ain't seen you right here before, man, but we appreciate you tapping in. Welcome. Sit down, get comfortable, man. Su casa for sure. My guy, let's go ahead and talk about, I guess, everybody was talking about bigs and things of that nature. We have a need still at backup big. You got Zach Edey, who will not be starting out the beginning of this season due to injury. They did have surgery this offseason. And so that leaves a glaring hole in the starting lineup to start the season out. Also, before Zach Edey got injured, we already had a hole at backup big anyway. We talked about that. And that the franchise has made a decision to bring back Santi, it makes absolutely no sense to walk in opening night with both Santi Aldama and Brandon Clark on this roster. I'm sorry, it just does not make sense. But also, a team has to want Brandon Clark. You can't just cut him. That does nothing to help you. So, what are your thoughts, man? I know a lot of the deals are off the board. We will kind of go in and show some deals on the screen. 2 guys in particular that have come up that I like. You tell me what you think, especially if we're talking vet minimum guys. You may be able to get some trades in the works too, because obviously, let everybody know, these free agent deals, they're agreed upon. They're not signed until July 6th. So anything could change. But on vet minimum deals of who's still available, at least from what I've seen, which I was looking at before it got popped off, I would love to see Larry Nance in Memphis, bro. I wanted him a couple years ago, back when he was with New Orleans. I can't remember who he was with last season. I think it was Atlanta still. No, I can't remember. But he's been fairly healthy. A guy with big body at this point. I mean, he still can jump and get, rebound. He still can jump and get alley-oops. But a vet that's been around, and you probably can nab him for the vet minimum, I would say, especially on a prove-it type deal. Another one, I just saw in a group chat I'm in, they talked about James Wiseman. I would love to take a flyer on J-Dub. Played in Memphis, from the area, at least, in high school ball. I would love to see him coming off that injury, get a shot. I wanted him before he signed with Indiana. If we can get him on the vet minimum, hopefully he can stay healthy. But that was just 2 names really, really quick that I would love to see. What you got, bro? What do you think they do to solve this center situation or big situation?
Well, I'm gonna respond to both of the guys that you named. I don't want any more guys that's coming off an injury. Like James Wiseman coming off an Achilles injury.
Yeah.
And Larry Nance was out all of last year with some injury. I can't think of the exact injury he had, but I know he was hurt last year. He got hurt like in March, and he didn't anyway. So even though I like Larry Nance, I don't like J-Dub because I just don't think he plays big enough. But the guys that is going around for me is Al Horford and Thomas Bryant. My number one on my thing is Al Horford, and y'all say I don't want Bobo. No, I do not want Bobo. He does not play big enough. I do not want Bobo. For y'all to keep putting that in the comments, Mr. Pookie and Noipul. I'm sorry, I'm butchering your name,
Oh, bro.
but I do not want Bobo. No, King Meeks. It's really King Meeks' fault. He the first one to say it, Bobo. So King Meeks, nah, dog. Anyway, but yeah, Al Horford is number one on my list. I feel like he can bring a lot of veteran present championship experience to this team. Being that he is 16, but he plays big for his size. He defends the rim very well. He rebounds the ball. He shoots the three ball. He does everything with the modern day big man. Big man, even though he's not so modern, it's what you need. So I
Right.
really want Al Horford. I feel like he would come to a championship aspiration team like Memphis and try to like bring these guys up. I feel like he'd be a great mentor to Zach Edey as well, especially him going through his recovery and all that. So Al Horford's my number one. Thomas Bryant is my second. Of course, Thomas Bryant was just on the Indiana Pacers. He did not play that much on their championship run to the finals, but that's still a championship experience. He's been there. He's been in the building of a team that has been where we're trying to go. I feel like he's there just to get rebounds, block shots, and just be big. So yeah, those are two guys. I want Al Horford a lot more than I want Thomas Bryant, but if we got Thomas Bryant, I would not be mad at all. Either way, we need a veteran big. Like I think my brother said it in the comments before. Like I don't want to bet on any more rookies. I don't want to bet on any more young guys. Like we need a guy that's been there, that's done that, knows how to set screens, rebound the ball, defend, and have a small offensive game. Like as much as we crapped on Bismack Biyombo, he had terrible hands. That was the worst thing about Bismack Biyombo. Like he had terrible hands. Like he could not catch the ball, he couldn't finish. We just need a guy to know how to catch the ball when Ja or Scotty or Ty Jerome passing the ball and finish. Like so, those are the two names that are at the top of my list. Because as we all know, the free agent market on bigs is becoming drier by the minute. Like I hate that Brick Lopez got picked up. I really wanted Brick Lopez, but he got picked up during this show. And Darren Sharp got picked up. Luke Cornett got picked up. Luka Garza got picked up. All these guys that was on my thing got picked up. So those are my picks. What you think about that?
Well, a couple weeks ago, it may have been last week. Al Horford is the top of my list. I would love to
Yeah.
have him. Um, a lot of the guys that we talked about previously, like you said, they're gone now, so that definitely changes things. But Horford would be number one. I feel you on Nance. I still would probably go with him. But Thomas Bryant ain't bad either. It's just I feel like Nance has more. He's got more experience of being, an actual like high level role player, being involved. Thomas
Yeah.
Bryant has been around the league, stays pretty healthy, big size, but he bounces around a lot, bro. And he barely got run on that team last year, in spurts. But if they popped up with Thomas Bryant tomorrow, would I be mad? No. We just got to get somebody with size, like you said. At the end of the day, that can rebound, that can be physical. And if you got that, don't have brick hands like Bismack Biyombo, we're gonna be fine up until Edie gets back. So I'm imagining they get something done. I mean, bro, they got a vet minimum. Just go use it. Like, go do something with it. But it may
Something,
not be
bro.
until everything dries up. We may not be talking about something until a couple of days from now. It may not get done tonight. So
Okay,
we'll see.
what about DeAndre Jordan? Is he on a contract anywhere? What about DeAndre Jordan? I would be cool with DeAndre Jordan. Is,
I
is he
don't
still in contract with the Nuggets, bro?
I don't think so.
Y'all tell me in the comments while I'm looking this up. Is DeAndre Jordan on anyone's roster right now? Y'all tell me, bro. Y'all keep talking about bull ball. I'm finna.
Man, we got to
Hmm.
block Bobo name, man. Y'all,
Man, for real,
y'all
dog.
crazy.
He was on Denver last year. What's his contract situation? So yeah, y'all ain't rocking
Pull
with
it up,
DeAndre
pull it up,
Jordan.
pull it up, pull it up, pull it up, pull it up. Let me see if I'm trying to get this.
Why is my
Man,
phone moving slow? It sounds like he's a free agent. The man said no. D'Angelo said no. But yeah, he's a free agent. He's a free agent this year. Yep, he's a free agent. So DeAndre Jordan's a free agent. I wouldn't be mad, even though he was old. I wouldn't be mad at him. That's another thing that just popped in my head.
he too old, bro.
He too old for you. He too
He
old.
too like
He
DeAndre
35.
Jordan. He's a guy. He's not quite Udonis Haslam, but he's somebody like James Johnson. Like you got him on the roster as far as a vet. he gonna show the young guys how to prepare. He gonna give experience stories and things like that. But like if you're looking for him, especially in this scenario where we need a guy that's gonna be probably our starting big for
Day one.
Yeah, like for a month or two.
Yeah.
Man, that old body, man, that man is a Pinto at this point, bro. It's old with. I
That
ain't
man
gonna
said a
lie.
Pinto. A
No,
Pinto is crazy. Why didn't trade Anthony for a bid? Because Mr. Pookie, we tried to trade for him and no one wants his contract. We tried
nobody
to.
want him, dog.
No one
You
wants.
can't make somebody want.
This
Hey, have you
ain't
ever went up
2K.
to
This
a
ain't a trade finder. This ain't trade
have,
finder. You just put 2K.
have you ever went up to a fine girl? Like I ain't look, you might be a player, you might be a pimp. I ain't trying to knock you, bro. But have you ever went to a fine girl and you tried to make an advance? Or you tried to talk to her, you tried to, spit your game or whatever, and she just kept on denying you. Like, hopefully you kept it P and you just let it go on by business. You ain't try to, talk crazy to her or nothing like that. But, you can't make nobody want you. And nobody wants Cole Anthony right now. Like, they tried the whole weekend and everybody told them, hell no, we don't want him. Like, why would we send you back something and take on a $13 million contract? We don't want him. It's probably why Orlando sent us extra picks to take him back because they knew he didn't have much value on the marketplace. So, also, here's the other thing. The Cole Anthony buyout situation is what is allowing us to go ahead and get the Jaren situation taken care of and the Jerome situation taken care of and the Santi Aldama situation taken care of. If you don't do that, then you have to, again, hope and pray that somebody takes Jitty, which we've been trying to trade Jitty for the last 2 seasons. So,
we haven't been able to do it.
Yeah, sometimes we just complain about stuff, and I get it, but, like, it's really not even worth complaining about. Nobody wanted them, so, like, we can't make them take them. We got to, do what we got to do. So, I feel you. I'm not saying these moves are perfect by no means, but am I cool with it? Like, I was talking to somebody earlier. We've adopted a mind frame that, like, and I guess pretty much life, bro. Like, to where whatever the conversation is, you have to be jumping up and down for joy on one side, or you have to be entirely very pessimistic. And the thing about it is, bro, like, you don't have to be either or on everything. Like, you can be kind of somewhat in the middle on situations. You can kind of let things play out and see what happens. And that's kind of where I'm at. Like, I think the Jerome pick is good. Do I think it makes us a championship contender overnight? No, nobody's saying that.
No, makes us better, but it's not. Yeah, it makes us better. What about? I'm just thinking
to go the Alex Walker or one of these other guys who would go do it, but we don't.
Yeah.
So, hey,
I was thinking, like, what about, like, I'm just throwing names because I talking about, hey, what about Jackson Hayes? I'm just throwing names out there like this on the free agent market. Like,
Grizz ain't picking up no Jackson Hayes, boy. If you got a case of any sort, Zach Climate is not bringing you to Memphis. Absolutely not.
That's true. I forgot he got in trouble. Yeah, I forgot about that. Never mind. Totally forgot about that. Never.
No, that ain't happening.
Yeah, that is definitely not happening. You got
All right, Mr. Pook, let me ask you this, and I'm gonna stop going back and forth in the comments. But let me ask you, just put in the comments, who would you get right now that you can't get? I'm gonna ask you that.
Yeah, who would you get?
Have the money at $8 million that we can afford based off the biannual exception. Who would you go get? But you can't put a gun in their head, them sign their contract and jump them off on their deal. You got to find me an $8 million deal that makes us better.
Yeah.
And I
feel free to put their stuff in the comments. Like, who y'all want? Who y'all want?
And it can't be Bobo.
Because
Bobo
can't be Bobo. Doesn't make it puts us backwards actually.
They let him walk. They brought in 5 bigs in 24 hours because they wasn't missing. Looney don't. Okay, all right, I got you, man.
Looney's gone. Okay, so you're not bringing solutions to the problem, my guy.
Not only that, Looney don't make us better. Looney, like, absolutely not. Like, Looney does not make us better. No way. I'm not taking it. He don't even. He's
good for what we need, but like Kevon Looney is not the answer to our equation. Like, yeah, if Zach Edey was healthy, yeah, I would take Kevon Looney, but my day one starter, I ain't doing that. Jerome and
y'all go through and add. I don't know what StreamYard is doing tonight. It's been kind of acting up lately, so can't share. And maybe you could do it on your end. You can try, bro.
What you trying to do?
I tried to bring up Sean's Twitter so we can kind of just go down and share the screen with the viewers. But
That's a
It's
good
it's
idea.
not
I'm
allowing
gonna
me
try
to
to do
do it.
that.
So they do that.
Let me
I'm
see if I
kind
can
of
log
up a couple of things.
my
We'll talk
Twitter
about a
real quick.
couple of deals. The late bro, DeAndre. Hey, let me ask you this: when you saw that come through last night that he got bought out, what was your thoughts? Why you trying to pull that up?
Oh, I was like, bro, they gave up on him super fast. I was not expecting that whatsoever. Hope y'all can see me because I'm kind of typing my Twitter where y'all can see me at the same time. So hope y'all can see me.
Yeah,
But
we can see
yeah,
you.
I was super surprised, man. Like ain't he making like close like $35 million? Isn't he making something like that? Like I know
Yeah.
Clinton had a pretty decent year, and they just got the guy that we initially drafted. I can't remember his name right now, but that is crazy to me. Like that is super, super crazy to me. I am so surprised that they got rid of him. Like I know he has some motive issues and some motivation and just motor issues, but he's still a young guy who's number one overall draft pick. So I'm very surprised at that. And I don't want DeAndre Ayton. Fair about there. I do not want DeAndre Ayton. So let's not put that out there either, because I don't want to bring that negative energy to my team. But I don't want
But you
DeAndre
can't
Ayton.
talk
But
about you want dogs and bring him in. You can't do that.
yeah, like nah, bro. That's the opposite of a dog. So yeah, I don't want that at all. What was your thoughts?
Same thing. Like this is wild, but at the same time, it makes sense when you don't really care. From at least what's been reported, like he don't really care about basketball as much at this point. I mean, he probably just want to go somewhere. It said it was reported he want to go to a winner and he'll try to get a
Yeah.
bigger deal next year. Brother, we'll see. But you have not been identified as a championship piece since you've been in the league. So we'll see. Lakers are reported to go be the favorites to land them, which that's a whole nother conspiracy we can talk about later.
It's not like it's podcast, so you know.
Yeah. If DeAndre Ayton gets bought out, and we hear in the next couple of days that Phoenix has bought out Brad Beal, and they both go to the Lakers, I ain't gonna lie.
It's a fix, bro. It's a fix.
Yep.
It's a fix, dog.
Yeah, I ain't gonna
What
lie. I
type of
might have to
stuff is that?
go. Yeah, that'll be insane. Two high dollar buyouts like that. I don't know if we've ever seen close to $100 million be bought out between two players at one time. That's insane. Um,
Yeah,
but
Phoenix
yeah,
Suns are in purgatory right now. I cannot log into my dang Twitter, bro. I'm
another
sorry.
buyout.
I'm trying.
You good? You good? Another buyout that came through the pipeline was Jordan Clarkson. That was kind of shocking that he didn't have any value at all. It was reported that they tried to move him as well, like they did Colin Sexton. But what is Charlotte doing? And what are the Jazz doing? The Jazz sent out a pick with Colin Sexton to get back a center, and they already got enough bigs.
I would love using Nervy, by the way, but clearly that's not happening anymore. I don't know, bro. Like it's even the whole Ace Bailey situation. Even that's a crazy situation in general. Like Utah is probably turning into one of the most worst run franchises like in the NBA. Like it's crazy how just a few years ago they had Donovan Mitchell and was projected like to be one of the contenders in the West, and now how they've fallen off so hard. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man. Like clearly not everyone should be running NBA franchises. And clearly the Jazz one of those teams on their front office. So yeah, like I would love Jordan Clarkson on a contender that's not the Grizzlies, being that he like kind of is that Ty Jerome kind of feel it. I don't know how you feel about having Jordan Clarkson on the team, but
I
if
would
he play a
love
little
it.
bit defense, if he play a little more defense, I would love him. But him and Ty Jerome kind of do the same thing, you know. And he always scaring up with our players too. Like I don't know why he always trying to fight, and he actually not be trying to fight too. That kind of rejects me on the
He got
whole
a
like
complex, bro.
he be
Yeah.
he
Hey,
be.
okay. Yeah. You doing all that. All right, bro. I got it. You got it, bro. Go
They
ahead.
be screwing up to everybody, dog. I don't
Man,
get it, bro.
let's run through a couple of these, man. We did see that the Lakers finally got no, not the Lakers. This one was weird to me. This was weird
Mm-hmm.
to me. The Clippers got Brook Lopez, and they already have Zubac.
It's
What's
a
that
backup
like
big.
for?
It's a backup big. Like it makes sense in my head. Maybe I'm tripping. They want a backup big.
Who's
They
their
should.
backup big last year? Did they not have a backup big last year?
I can't think off the top of my head.
Damn, I feel like they did, but you probably right, bro.
Probably need a backup big, dog.
But why would you go? I mean, I guess you don't want to go back to the Lakers. That makes sense, but that just threw me out. I'm like the Clippers, they already got dude. I guess you want to just be a backup. Cool, do your thing. Tyus Jones, we didn't get to touch on that. Goes to the Magic. Dez put
Shout
him on.
out,
Kyle said,
shout out
Orlando with
Stones.
the kids. Come kick it with
Shout
me in
out Stones.
Orlando. What's your thoughts on
He,
that deal, bro?
I kind of hate it just for like I like the deal. Let me just say that I like the deal. I hate it for Tyus because he really puts all his eggs in the basket to be a starting caliber point guard, and it just didn't work out in Phoenix. Now he's back to being a backup. He's gonna be back on Jalen Suggs. He may mess around and take Jalen Suggs spots, but I don't see that happening. But it's a great move for Phoenix. Of course, Dez is his friend. Bringing they had Plumlee. Is Plumlee a free? I think Plumlee's a free
I
agent
will
actually.
take Plumlee, bro. I will
I
take
will
him.
take Plumlee. I would take Plumlee. I
And
would
it's
take
weird because we
Plumlee.
had him when Taylor Jenkins ugly ass first got here, and we let him go. You remember that, right?
We had Mason Plumlee.
We got him in a trade. Like it was, I think it may have been the same trade we got Dwight Howard. Maybe I want to say, but like they never suited up for the Grizzlies. Neither one of them. He never suited up. Like we could have used him back in, but yeah, man,
We could have
boy,
used
dude.
him.
I'd take Plumlee on a vet minimum. Shit.
Oh, yeah, I'll take Plumlee. Not gonna lie to you. I would
Absolutely.
definitely take Plumlee with a heart in a heartbeat. In a heartbeat. Man said Memphis Magic. That's funny. You know, there was an AU team in Memphis called the Memphis Magic, but I'm getting off a tangent right now.
Oh,
But yeah, I would love Plumlee. I would love Plumlee. Like, but I really wanted Lopez too, because I feel like he is the epitome of what a modern day big is get, but we're not getting him as well.
Man, Jaren don't get no rebounds. You gonna put his big ass out there with Jaren too?
That is true. He don't rebound. He does not
Boy,
rebound. He does not rebound. He does not
He's
rebound.
so dope.
At least he blocks shots though. He does. What the man?
Mike
Nigel
E901.
Davis. Wow.
He said Precious Achua or
Precious ain't
Bagley.
coming here. Precious
Why
ain't.
not?
I don't see that. I would love the deal, but I just don't see. Doesn't he have like a team option with the Knicks or something? Like,
I think he free, bro. I don't know. I think he free, but he might go back. Ain't no telling.
I
Bagley
wouldn't.
would
I
be
wouldn't.
a very last resort for me because I don't
I
know if
wouldn't
he
mind
was
having
nervous
Bagley.
last year. He had flashes within games, but
Yeah.
I think it was one game that we called the Bagley game last year. And I'm like, I know he had injury problems, and that go back to I guess what we were talking about earlier, where bringing in guys with injuries.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro, go get me Plumlee or somebody that ain't fragile. We just need to get some rebounds and a big presence down low. That's all we need. Go get that.
Nah.
I'm cool.
I would love Precious. Precious is an unrestricted free agent. So yeah, Plumlee. My thing is Horford, Precious, or Horford, Precious, Plumlee. Those are my three guys that I would love. That I hope Zach Kleiman's on the phone with. Bring Precious back to the Memphis, bro. He played great in the FedEx Forum. He already know the rims. He already know the building. He already know the city. Like, and he's young too. So like, but he still like played a little bit as well. So like, he still matches kind of the timeline if you want to extend him if he plays well as well. So like, I wouldn't be mad at Precious at all. Yeah, I wouldn't be mad at Precious. There's a few bigs out there, but it's not a lot. Not a lot at all.
Thoughts on that Michael Porter Jr. Cam Johnson deal? Who wins?
We was actually on the phone when we were actually on the phone when this happened. Definitely the Nuggets for sure. Like definitely the Nuggets. Like I think that is such a good move. Like the Nuggets are trying to reload, and I feel like it's kind of scary. I tweeted Denver and Houston need to kind of chill out because my brother said he played for the Memphis Magic. Yes, he did. That's a true fact. Anyway, I feel like the Nuggets and Houston are trying to reload right now, and I'm kind of getting a little more scared. Like at first I wasn't scared of neither one of those teams. Now I'm a little more scared because Cam Johnson is literally what Michael Porter Jr. does. They plays better defense and takes less bad shot selection shots. So that's a very good trade for Denver. Like that's another shooter that Jokic should throw out to, and he doesn't put so much pressure on Jokic at the rim to like defend because Cam Johnson can guard 1 through 4 as well. So I love that trade for Michael Jordan. He probably going to purgatory. He gonna shoot 50 shots a game with Cam Thomas. So he may love it in Brooklyn because he gonna get them jokers up. He gonna shoot the ball so dang much with Cam Johnson. It's just gonna be a bunch of shot checkers in Brooklyn just getting them up, bro. Like that's gonna be funny. That's gonna be funny. That's gonna be hilarious. They're gonna be fighting for the ball. It's gonna be funny to see.
They gotta do something, bro, because that's like that team is just so bad. Like I get it, you got Michael Porter Jr. out the deal and a pick, but like that. What are y'all
So
doing? Where are
bad,
y'all
dog.
going, bro? Like you traded a third tier guy for another third tier guy. Yes, you got a pick back in that, but like, bro, that would you? I'm just throwing something at the wall, and they probably need to stop trying to do any deals with Brooklyn at this point because they keep playing in our face. Um,
Yeah.
but if they rerouted Michael Porter Jr. to Memphis, let's say around deadline time, you send out whatever deal contracts you need to make that work. What's your thoughts on that?
I wouldn't be mad. Like, again, depends on how the year is going because, I've been a Michael Porter Jr. fan since he came out of college at Mizzou. But
Right.
again, I don't like guys that they only play one side of the ball. Like, as much as when he's hot, he can change a game in a playoff series, and he's played big playoff minutes. But you just got to play some dang defense. Like, if we sent him out for like Jerome, okay, that's 1 for 1. But I don't want another guy on my
Money don't
roster
work.
that
No
only
way.
plays one side of the ball. Like,
Oh, I see what you're saying. If you could, I got you. I got you.
yeah, like money don't. Yeah,
That man making
yeah,
that
like
bang
if
money.
you could, yeah, I'm just talking about, I'm just talking about straight player to player. I'm not talking about money. I'm talking about
Mm-hmm.
player to player. Like, I don't want another guy that's only gonna play one side of the ball. Like, if he plays some defense, come on, MPJ. Like, it's a big ass contract, but we'll make it work. But
Yeah.
nah, like you got. I want to get your thoughts on the Karis LeVert signing because that's another underrated pickup. For who did he go to? Who did Karis LeVert go to?
Detroit. He went to Detroit.
Yeah, I think that's a very good pickup for Detroit.
I
I
mean,
think
they
that's another
building
shot
up
creator
there,
for
bro.
Detroit.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
building up there. I mean, you gonna bring back Jaden Ivey healthy next year. You still got Cade running the show. Tobias, I believe, is still there. Like your core guy is still intact. You still got Ron Holland. You added like Ron Holland is more of a defensive specialist, athletic guy, rim running things like that. You've added a guy that can just
Yep.
go out there and get buckets off that bench. Man, they building a team for sure up there in Detroit.
They are.
They building a squad. Edward said, "Why are we the Memphis Grizzlies have to consistently talk about players needed to play defense?" I get that. Like that's where I'm at. At
That's
some
a great
point, we
question. It's a
we
great
gotta put the
question.
damn ball in the basket, bro. Like I get so tired of talking about defense. Like I get it, but I mean, damn, bro. Can we score, please? Please, can we score? So I don't know. I'm with you. I'm
I
with you.
saw
That is
I saw a stat like we were like bottom like post All-Star break. We were like bottom half, like bottom 10 in the league, and like true shooter percentage and like 3-point percentage. Like we were historically bad, not historically. We were like very bad second
we're
half of the
terrible.
season last year. Like that's why I'm honestly I have to give Klyman credit. I feel like he's doing a very good job like letting the groundwork of like a good off season because we're getting guys that play defense and we're getting guys that can score the ball. We just need some more of that. And preferably guys that can do both. So we don't have to use two players to get one attribute each. So
Right.
I'm really hoping we get some more two-way guys. Like I'm really waiting to see what we do with BC and contract because I don't have any insight. I just got a feeling that could bring a very good valuable piece. I don't know who's out there, but I just feel like that can bring something our way. So I'm really
Like
hoping to
Jake
see what they
Arabia.
do. No, I don't want to check the Ravens. I don't care.
I'm just
He
messing.
going to the
I'm just
Lakers. He going to
I'm
the
just
Lakers.
messing
So
with
he a op, but no, I don't want to bring that man back to my
you.
team.
Bro, when I saw that deal go through, I said, man, you was in your feelings about Grizz Twitter.
Lakers Twitter
Oh,
finna get you
buddy.
alive. You
You
finna
better
whoo.
pray, man. You better pray 5 times a day out in LA, Jacob Arabia. If you thought we
You
was
playing
on
with
your ass.
LeBron? You better not miss, dog. You better if LeBron kick that shot in the corner and you miss.
Yeah.
You better go on witness protection program, dog.
Yeah.
Turn
I
your
don't know
phone
why
off.
he did that. And shout out to Austin Reeves for helping him get a deal, but boy, yeah. Prayers to you, brother.
Prayers
Kevon
to
Looney
you for
going to
real.
the Pelicans. I don't really like they rebuilding. I know they probably just feel like they spend that money, spend that exception, but I don't feel like that really helps them. You just drafted Derek Queen, lottery big, or right outside of the lottery big. Like, no. Was Derek Queen in the lottery?
Yeah, he was 10. He was like the 10th pick. Yeah, he was the 10th pick. I think so. Yeah, he was a
Hmm.
lottery. He was definitely a lottery.
Okay. Lottery. See, I know it stops technically at 14, but I like shit. You get somebody good at 16, you still won. But yeah, you just got him. You got Fear bringing in. like they got you talented at this point. You might well just go and let them develop. I don't know what they're doing. Like they got a lot of stuff going on there too. But yeah, you ain't gonna get a title. You're not competing for a title, Kevin Looney. I wish you would have came this way, but do your thing.
We'll play 4 times a year, and you get dunked on by Ja. So that's what you get.
Yeah.
That's okay.
We talked about Bruce
Travis
Brown
Love.
going back to the Nuggets. Any other high impact deals that you've seen, or just something noteworthy that you want to chop it up about? Dorothy Smith, bro. The Rockets are loading up. They are.
I said that, bro. Like I said, I'm more scared about the Rockets, bro. The Rockets are getting everybody, dog. The Rockets are getting everybody.
Good grief. You gonna roll out
and also
lineup of Amen Thompson, Kevin Durant, Sengun, DFS, Tyrese. I mean, you really could pick who you want to throw in there.
Sengun may be at the center and start Fred VanVleet to just move everybody down.
I forgot about Fred.
They probably gonna do that.
They
probably put Fred, Amen Thompson, KD, DFS, and Sengun. That is a crazy.
So they sitting down Jabari.
Yeah, they started Jabari. DFS coming up there. They just paid that man a lot. Yeah, Jabari definitely started.
But damn, that's some length in the game, though, bro. If you want to go out with
that's crazy defense,
oh
though.
my god,
crazy defense.
You can end the game with Amen Thompson at 6'8" at point guard. You can KD, Jabari Smith, Tari Eason,
6'11", 6'10",
and DFS.
Yes,
Said go get a rest. This he be already twitching and shit, switching when he walk. I'm like, why you be switching so much, bro? Man, there's a lot
all
of
you gonna see is this
arms.
That's all you gonna see is this and this.
Yeah,
like, bro, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm giving Kleiman like credit for doing some more things that to be done because the Rockets are kind of looking very scary, at least in our division. Like, the Spurs are gonna be there because Wemby gonna be healthy. They just got Dylan Harper. Like, the Spurs aren't just gonna be just the Spurs Spurs barely missed the playoffs this year. So the Spurs are getting better. The Rockets got better. The Magic got Cooper Flag. Like, get our conference. We got to survive our division. Like, and the Mavericks just got D'Lo. D'Lo for until Kyrie going back just gonna be playing like he back in Brooklyn, just shooting the ball a whole lot and passing it. Like, that's a very good pickup for Mavericks, in my opinion. So, like, we still got some room to grow to be ultra competitive in our division because our division is being back to being probably the hardest division in the NBA, like outside of the Pelicans. The Pelicans, if they come back healthy, they're not gonna be terrible. Like, if they're healthy,
they're not gonna be terrible.
Like, they're gonna be pretty damn good if Dejounte Murray comes back and Zion, and if Trey Murphy or Herb Jones do not get traded, which it don't seem like they may be staying there. So
no, they stuck. Yeah,
it's still some things to do, ZK. Like, you're doing good, but it's still some things to do. Why is y'all still talking about Ty Jerome, bro? Like, in Volvo, like, bro.
Keep going, bro. Let's see. Who else we got out here? About Bruce Brown already.
Nickeil Alexander going to the Hawks. That's a big one. That's a big one.
Versatility. They got a lot of versatile guys over there. They already had a starting five that all look like the same dude, just at different heights. Trae Young, light skin, curly hair. Jalen Johnson, light skin, curly hair.
Zach Ricochet.
Dyson Daniels, light
skin. Dyson Daniels.
He got a sponge, but I take it. Ricochet, he got the look over cool, whatever. And then what was the guy they took in the draft? Issa, what's his name? Asa something.
Yeah, I know you're talking about. I just can't think right now.
He completed the I can't say trifecta, but man, they got
it's the evolution. It's like a Pokemon evolution, bro. It's the Pokemon evolution, bro. They getting bigger, bro, and their hair getting different, bro. That's the whole evolution, bro. It's a Super Saiyan evolution, dog.
Right, but they got a bunch of switchable guys next to Trey to make it easy on him, and so are they gonna compete in the East next year? I mean, maybe just because you got the Celtics gonna be down a little bit. Who else took a step back? Somebody else has some injuries.
The Indiana Pacers gonna be hurt.
The Pacers will not be competing.
The Bucks gonna be bad. They just re-signed Kevin Porter, but the Bucks still gonna be bad without Dame. Like, I'm sorry, they just lost Brook Lopez. Giannis I'm telling y'all, Giannis gonna ask for a trade at the trade deadline. Mark my words, dog, because he gonna get tired of putting up with it, bro.
They need to go and give us Bobby Portis for BC and some picks and call it a day. Y'all not gonna be good.
Didn't he just resign somewhere?
He just read up. Yeah. So
By
that's
report,
dead.
tripping. Yeah,
I mean, they could turn it into a sign and
that is
trade. They
dead.
could, by July 6th, they could, but I don't know if they've explored it. I mean, that's the perfect That's the perfect big next to Jaren, in my opinion. I've been saying that for 3 seasons now, and it ain't
Yep.
happened yet. So it is what it is.
I wonder, but this kind of epitomize what I'm feeling right now. ZK taking baby steps, other teams taking leaps. Like we're chipping at it, but other teams are hitting home runs. Like we getting some base hits. You feel me? Base hits can lead to something great, But I want to see a few more moves that kind of put us okay. Yeah, we're doing our thing now, and I just don't see that yet. It's just the first day free agency, so a lot of things can happen, but these guys are going by fast. So ZK may have to go fast as well to try to get these guys because am I the most confident? Like right now, because someone else said like we at the bottom. I wouldn't say we at the bottom, but I say we at least the third best team in our division right now. That's my opinion. I say we at least like we fighting with the Mavericks right now. That's what I would say. I say Houston #1 and we kind of 2 or 3 with the Rockets. That's what I would say.
Anybody saying we're at the bottom, we're gonna be terrible next year, bro. Like, do y'all remember we got Ja Morant on our team?
Yeah, are
And that's
y'all a
on
fan
like
of the Grizzlies?
that. It ain't like do y'all watch this dude, bro? Like this man came in the league taking a team that had no expectations immediately to the play in, then won the play in, then went to like if you got Ja out there, bro, this team will compete. The problem is every time we've been getting into the playoffs for the last couple of years, Ja ain't finishing playoff series because he's getting hurt. It ain't his fault. He getting clipped out the air. He getting his hand messed up or broke. He getting his knee turned by Jordan Poole. Like shit, it ain't much he can do in those regards. But if Ja Morant is healthy in the playoff series, bro, y'all crazy. Like I could see if we had I mean, look at this rotation, bro. Am I saying this team gonna go out on the championship? No, I'm not saying that by no means. But if this team is healthy, you have Ja as your starting point guard. You have potentially, we don't know how this is gonna shake out yet. It was so, don't quote me on this. But you got Ja as your starting point guard. You have where'd my thing go? Potentially Jalen Wells is your starting 2.
Yeah, Jalen. Yes.
Potentially Cedric Howard is your starting 3. Jaren is your 4. Edie is your center again after he's back from his injury. And then you come back with a whole other 5 of Scottie Pippen, which we know he was damn near our best player in the playoffs. Talk y'all ass off. You got him KCP defending his ass off, just causing havoc. You got Ty Jerome that can go put buckets. You have Santi, at least for now, that we know he can make shots. We know that. And you figure out what the backup big situation is. If you think that's a bottom of the West team, I'm sorry to tell you, bro. Like I said, John's problem he hasn't had dogs on this team. He hasn't had guys that go along with him. With this team now, I mean, Jalen finna take a step. I'm gonna say this, bro. Jalen had me tripping, and I'm gonna tell you why I believe this dude. Jalen Wells, if y'all haven't, go watch that really, really quick interview he had with Michael Wallace.
I saw that. I saw that.
Right after the draft last week. He was up there in New York for the draft, and he had an interview with Mike Wallace on site. And Mike Wallace was like, yeah, man, you had a great, amazing season last year. You did all these things. And, did you imagine or see yourself doing it? And he was like, no. He's like, so what is your plans and your goals for next year? And I know what he was getting at, but he can't say it. He for real. Jalen said, if I told you what my goals were next year, I would get clipped up and posted and go viral on Twitter. So I'm not going to say it. And the reason why I believe this, Jalen Wells is probably thinking I can be an all-star next year. Now, whether he gets that or not, shoot for the stars and you'll land on the moon or whatever that saying says, right? He may not get an all-star, but he can go out there and definitely change his game up. T.I. is going to give him the ability to shoot the mid-range, which Taylor Jenkins didn't want him to do, and Wells loves that if you watched his game before. But it was one thing that Fred Wells, his dad, said on Anthony Sain's show last year. And this was before it happened, and the shit came to fruition. He went on Anthony Sain's show and said that he was, basically being mentored and following Marcus Smart. And that his goal was to basically pass Marcus Smart. I kid you not, bro. It wasn't a week or two. Jalen was the starting shooting guard, a
He
small
did.
forward of this damn team. And granted, injury played a part and stuff like that. But like, not only did he take advantage of his opportunity, he never let up. Like he in that spot never let up. And so that was like bare minimum. If I think based off the work he's putting on muscle, he's putting on actually work. Ti is actually empowering him to like broaden his game. Man, I'm not saying he'll go out there and hit 20 a game next year, but would I be surprised if he's scoring over 15 points a night at a starting wing for us next year? Hell no. That don't surprise me. Y'all do realize he's 6'8" and probably still growing. Like, call it what you want, bro. I see big things coming from him. And said Coward, I get it. Y'all talk about rookies and stuff like that. Let's talk about the rookies real quick, bro. Because I know we probably need to get up out of here in a minute. I'm gonna let you go ahead. Do your thing, bro. Go ahead.
Well, first of all, I gotta damn my computer. I gotta talk about
Luke went
Luke
to the
going to
Hawks.
Luke and I go.
Sorry.
Yes, I was gonna
Bye.
tell you. I was just gonna tell you this. That's why I laughed. I don't know. You saw I heard in a laugh when you was talking. I was like, ah.
Oh man. Peace out, bro.
But before we get into the rookies, honestly, when you just named out like our rotation, looking at right now, I feel like we need 2 pieces. I feel like we legit need 2 pieces to put us in that conversation. But it depends. With no one, if I believe Gigi who he is Gigi gonna be, we're gonna need 1 piece. This would be so that's another thing. But let's say Gigi doesn't take that leap that we hope he does. I feel like we need a solidified wing that we can hopefully get on a Cole Anthony buyout / a BC in contract trade and a solidified big. If we get upgrades in that position, I honestly think that we are in contention. Like, I don't feel like we're far, but I don't feel like we're that far of what people are saying. Like, people are saying we're not gonna make the playoffs, we're gonna be bottom of the division. Like, no, like we're building a good roster. Like, we're building a good roster. And like, again, I get what you're saying, but again, y'all gotta remember, like, and I'm gonna segue this into the rookies. I love Cedric Coward. Like, I've done a lot of research on him. Like, I think he's gonna be a good prospect. The only things that have me like reserved on him a little bit, and I don't know if you have these same things, is number one, he's only played 6 games last year. He only played 6 games last year. Like, I hope he's healthy. Like, I hope he's healthy. He only played 6 games last year, so that's the only thing. The other thing is like, I don't want to put all my stock in a guy that has not played legitimate basketball in a little minute. I feel like CJ Howard can be great. I just want to pull back like the expectations on him being that impactful game 1 or like week 1. You see what I'm saying? Like, I still want another guy so he can be the backup 3. Like, I only think the starting lineup is going to be Ja, Wells, KCP, Edie, and Jaren. That's what if we don't make any more moves, that's what I personally think the starting lineup is gonna be. Because I don't want to put Cedric.
I agree with you.
Yeah, I don't want to put Cedric Coward in that. I keep want to say Howard. It's Cedric Coward. I don't want to put Cedric Coward in that position starting off when he literally has to get. He hasn't played 5-on-5 like since November. You feel me? Like, his whole combine was 1-on-0 stuff. Like, I still want to pump. I just want to see if he plays Summer League. If he plays Summer League and he looks great in Summer League, I'm going to shut up. I just don't want to put all my eggs in the basket for a guy that has not played legitimate basketball in a long time. Like, his intangibles look great. He averaged 17.7 last year. He averaged 1.4 blocks. He had a lot of rebounds, 50-40-90 splits. Like, on paper, he's a great prospect. I just don't want to lead to what other people are saying yet, being that I haven't seen a greater sample size against that great of competition. That's literally my only thing against Cedric Howard. And I want to see being that you love, I know how you feel, but I want you to vocalize how you feel about Sid.
For sure. We in another group chat, man. This would be so many group chats, but
y'all gotta add me to one. Can I be in one group chat, man? One group chat. Give me one group chat, man.
Look, right. Get my boy in. On the draft night, well, let me put it like this: I had put my flag in the ground that Coward was the guy that I wanted. I was cool with Nick Clifford. But Coward was probably my number 1 guy when I finally just like got settled on a pick, which a lot of people had to do really quick because, like, typically we know we're gonna be in a range of area of the draft like weeks, months before. Obviously, we figured out we had the 16th pick a couple of weeks ago, so after doing my little digging, I had kind of settled on Coward. I'm like, bro, you look at the size, 6'6", and I think that's without shoes. So you put shoes on, you about 6'7". You got enough heel in that mug, you might be able to get 6'8". But I give him 6'7". But he's got the 7'2" wingspan. Like, I ain't gonna go over all the freaky like nerd stuff. But at the end of the day, bro, like when you watch this man's game, I said in that chat that me and you were in, I've said it on Twitter. I've said, talked to my dad about it. I talked to Saint about it. Like, what gets me hyped up for Cedric Coward is a multitude of things, and it has nothing to do with his age. Number one, the physical stuff that makes sense, like size, athletic ability, all of that. His hands being just as big or almost as big as Kawhi, like all that makes sense. When you watch this man's game, bro, he literally has a old school, simple game. Like, what people don't really understand, if you've never played sports before, like all of the, like all that stuff is like, it's very cool to watch. Like, it's very cool to watch. It's entertaining. But when you're trying to be successful at anything, bro, you want to try to make things replicatable. Like, how can I repeat this stuff as much as possible at a high level? It even go down to like working out. Like, it ain't about how many sets and reps I do, but being effective in my reps is what's going to give me my best results. Bro, Cedric Coward, when he's shooting his jump shot, whether it's mid-range or 3-point, it's the same shot every time. Like, it's no hits, it's none of that. I contribute that to his work. I contribute that to the size of his hands, being able to literally shoot that ball the same every time. It's no hitch, it's no flick of the wrist, none of that. It's literally the same shot. The way he thinks the game is what took me over to the next level, though. He thinks this way. He's always looking for the simple way, like whether it's to take advantage of a mismatch, whether it's to get to my spot, whether it's like he's doing, whether it's to slide over to get into the open spot of the three. I'm not just standing in the corner. I'm sliding, making myself visible to my point guard. Like the dude thinks the game, and what I don't know, he just came with this season, but it was something so impactful that he said when he got that injury on his shoulder, he went to his coach and said, "Okay, I know I can't play, but I want to be with y'all in these meetings, watching film and all this stuff. Like, I want to see what y'all are seeing. I want to be able to think and speak the game a different way." Bro, you add that on top of the physical attributes. You add that on top of just the fact that he can shoot the hell out of the ball 40%, 72% is what he shot in college. Yes, he only played 6 games last year, but he played well over 6 games in his career, bro, like in college. The sample size is there. Like, his confidence is not going to leave. His abilities is not going to leave as far as physical abilities. You put him in a system where he can flourish, and that first year, all you got to do is go out there and say, look, be you. We let Jalen do it last year. You go out there, be you. The dude head on straight. He want to be a team player. It's so many things on the positive. Like, it'd be different if I had questions like I did Zaire or Roddy or even Gigi to an extent. I'm a big ass Gigi fan. Gigi don't think and talk like that dude at all. I'm not even talking about speaking eloquently. I'm talking about talking basketball. Gigi don't talk basketball like Cedric Coward, bro. And so, like, you talking about putting him next to some dude, I think his learning curve is going to be a lot quicker than what people are thinking. And so I'm with you. I don't think, if I had to put my money on it, I don't think he starts opening night. But do I think he's in that starting small forward spot next to Jalen Williams by the end of the season? Barring a deal that just makes sense, I think he's going to be taking over that spot rather quickly. And it's going to make sense to, help the team because his skill set is going to mesh so well in between Ja and Jaren, bro. Y'all just watch, bro. I'm going to sit there. I don't want to keep on I promise you I'm not being biased. Like, I promise. But this dude is it, bro. Like, he, prospect-wise, he might be the best wing prospect that we've had
since Rudy.
Prospect, I'm gonna even say better than Rudy.
And
you know how I feel about Rudy. You know how I feel.
And that, bro. And Chris, I love you, but that's where because
prospect.
Hold on.
I want you to respond to what I'm saying. I'm not saying he's gonna be better than Rudy. I'm not gonna say he's gonna be Kawhi. But when you're talking about comparables, he's a better prospect. Coming in, we didn't know Rudy was going to be what Rudy was. Rudy was a top 5, top 8 small forward in the NBA at his peak in Memphis. But, like, bro, if you talk about prospects coming in, like everything that I just named, that I laid out, You name me a wing prospect we had that's had all of that. That's what I mean. I'm not saying his potential. I'm not saying what he's going to reach, but name me a wing prospect that we've had that has come in with better, all everything I just said in him. Name one.
Chris.
Before
I see what you
name
think.
me one.
I'm saying that's what say Rudy. That's saying Rudy would be my answer. Rudy would be my answer, but you said Rudy.
We didn't think Rudy was gonna be Rudy, bro. You was too young,
Rudy,
bro. We didn't think Rudy was gonna be Rudy, bro. No, not when he first came in.
Okay, maybe I have Rudy because Rudy was my like favorite player when I first started watching basketball. But like Rudy was an All-American, like at UConn, like Rudy was an All-American, like he was a top 10 pick. That got nothing to do with NBA basketball, bro. Maybe I'm tripping.
That got nothing to do with what I'm talking about. Basketball, like
maybe I'm tripping.
GG was a top like 5 player in the country. Like that's not what I'm talking about though. I feel you, but that ain't what I'm getting at.
Well, Rudy was All-American in college, like, and that's why. And I'm gonna say this, like, I'm gonna sound like a Cedric Coward here when I say this. I think he's gonna be good. It's just these because I saw people saying like with guys with 7'2" wings, like compare it was like OG Anunoby, Mikal Bridges, like they named all these guys, and Cedric Coward said that drew out to me like he said he just likes going his game through the right block. Like if he gets to the right block, he can affect the game effectively. Like everything looks good. You feel me? I just don't want to throw out all these expectations and all these great comparables on the guy that he hasn't played legit basketball in. But when the season started, it'll be 11 months since he's played a regulation, like actual real game. I just think that's a lot for a guy to ask for a guy. You feel what I'm saying? Like, because I don't want, if he's not playing good off the back for the Grizz Twitter to tear this guy apart when he just simply getting back into game shape. You know, like Summer League is cool, but it's a difference with playing like NBA basketball. Let's say he's going to play 20, 25 minutes game. That's a good point. Rudy can go to Duke. He was committed. Rudy and UConn wasn't UConn. So I get that. That's a very valid point.
That's what I'm saying. Y'all talk y'all ass out. If he go back to Duke, that dude is a number 2 player. No, he'll be top 5 player probably in the draft.
Yeah, I was like, whoa.
Probably a top 5 player.
You gotta pump your brain. You got AJ Defense, you got the Boozer twins. Like, whoa.
Yeah. Like, probably top 5.
Yeah, you know, like I just don't want everybody to jump the gun on this guy. Like, I feel like he's gonna be a really good prospect, but I would still rather bring someone else in so he can his transition matriculation into that can be a little bit smoother. Because I don't want to bet on another rookie to make that leap. Yeah, Jalen Wells worked out. Like, I'm happy for Jalen Wells, and he's probably the reason why Dez got traded. Like, I love Jalen Wells. It makes it easier. But are we really betting for that to happen 2 years in a row? If we're that lucky, shout out Zach Kline in the front office for selecting the guy that dang good. I just don't want to take my chances again for that to be. If it happens, great, and we have more assets to play with. But I want to bring somebody else in so we can make that transition a little bit smoother. Because right now, I'm not putting KCP on the bench. Unless I'm not putting KCP on the bench at all this season, unless Coward shows that he's just that guy. Because Coward can be good, but I'd rather him dominate the second unit with Ty Jerome. When it comes to like being the starters out the jump, I want that veteran presence in the starting lineup. That's just me, though. That's just my personal opinion. Because we already got Jalen, who's already still young. I need to have somebody in there that's in that starting to say, yo, I've been here before, I've seen it. I don't want because if you put Coward, he's 21. Our average age of our starting lineup is like 24. Like, if you really do the math together. I think like 24, 25. I think.
Does your opinion change?
If he earns it and he's just definitely better than KCP, yes, it does. Like, undoubtedly. Like, but he has to
okay, bet.
Yeah, but he has to.
That's what I don't want to give him nothing. But if he earns it, I'm not putting him on the bench just because he's young. Like,
yeah, I think just how Jalen earned it. Yeah. That's how Jalen earned it. You know me, I wasn't trying to start Jalen Wills at the beginning of last year. I got killed for that. I wasn't trying to do that. But it has to be a flat. I'm saying if it's close, I'm giving it to KCP for veteran. But it has to be clear. That's me. I don't know if you're there, but for me, it has to be a clear discrepancy. Like Jalen Woods clearly set himself apart with everybody in the wing rotation. It was clear. Right. He has to do that. If he don't do that, I'm giving him KCP and let Coward dominate the second unit. That's how I see it. If we don't bring anyone else in.
And that's my thing. Like before today, I was like, I was exactly where you was at. I was like, our biggest needs were starting small forward and backup big. That's been my thing for the last couple weeks. When you get the Ty Jerome signing, I highly doubt that they go out and make a trade to get a starting level small forward, because I feel like if they could, they would have already done that. But obviously, they had to also sure up the Jaren situation too. So we'll see if you can turn BC and GG, or BC and Vince, or however you want to manipulate the contracts. If you can turn something into a Herb Jones, you do it. That's even with said on the roster. If you can do, some of these other guys' names that have floated around, you do it. Like, I'm not saying that at all.
Right.
I'm fine with going to get a small forward starter level guy right now. Do I see them doing it with the moves they made today? I'm not as confident in that. And that's one of those things where, like, I was telling somebody earlier, like, I comment on what I see. I will give you my take on what I think should be done, but I ain't sitting there upset that they didn't go out and get a small forward. You know what I'm saying? Like, because it's one of those things, I know they're trying to retool this roster and still keep Jaren on here, on this team, moving forward. And so it's going to maybe take a couple of steps back to move forward. So I'm not tripping. I'm kind of just enjoying the retool, seeing what happens. But if I had my pick, I definitely will get a small forward. But at the same time, you gave up assets to go get this guy. So, don't suppress him. If he go earn this shit, let him go get it, bro.
You gotta go earn it. And
for sure.
We getting kind of long, but I gotta alert this because this guy been active all day. Stop this narrative. We not trying to compete, bro. Like, oh my gosh, bro. Like, y'all listen a lot to Draymond Green, because Draymond Green started this thing like when he was on his own podcast, someone else's podcast. He was like, the Grizzlies are just doing me to keep under the second apron and all that. That may be true. Robert Perry may want to be smart with his money, but y'all the same people that was saying that we was gonna trade Ja Morant, like that was saying we're not trying to compete for a championship. Like, please stop this narrative. Like, it makes me very irritated. Like, when I see this, like, I feel like a lot of people don't understand how good Ja Morant is. Like, we have a top 10 player on this roster. Like, I think he's top 10. I know Chris think he's top 5. When you have a top 10 player on your roster, when you have him, he elevates the level of your team when you retool it like we're doing to compete for a championship. So this whole thing that we not trying to compete, bro, like, I hate it, bro. Like, I cannot stand. That's one of my worst. Like, I hate that narrative, like, so much. Like, it makes me so mad. Like,
I don't know if he's wrong, bro.
You think we're not trying to compete for a championship, bro? You think we're not trying to compete at all? Like, at all?
I've seen nothing that says. I said it last week. Like, you have OKC. They got close. They saw what they needed to see. They go out and make the move for Caruso. They go out and make the signing for what's his name? Hardenstein. They go bring in 2 key vets that were key into them winning the championship. Caruso was already a champion. Hardenstein has gone far in the playoffs. He fit them perfectly for what they needed to do. The Pacers, we talking about final teams. They go out and make the moves they need to shore up their roster. Like Cleveland, they're continuing to add on to continue to compete. I came on this show, this before you was on here, and even since you've been on here, constantly saying for the last 3-4 off seasons, put gas on the fire. Put gas on the fire. What Draymond said wasn't entirely wrong, bro. You brought it up, so I'm gonna speak on it. I'm not saying that they've done this with like saving money on their mind. I'm not saying that by no means. But at the same time, if you're going like that first playoff series we had where Dylan just shot us out of the, I think it was a game. Was it game 6?
3? No, it was like last game. It was like game 6.
He shot like 30 shots. You should have been looking to move Dylan Brooks and improve the roster from then. You didn't. You brought him back. You didn't do much that summer. Matter of fact, that's the summer I think that we lost Melton and Kyle. Am I saying that that's the reason why we went the other way? No. But you don't trade them or move on from those guys and bring in more rookies. I'm not going to rehash that conversation. But what I'm trying to say basically is, bro, when these teams that are young like we were back in 22, when they saw some type of glimpse of success, they put gas on fire. We went the other way. And so when people say stuff like what he said, like, we ain't trying to win a championship, Climate can say what he wants, but your actions haven't showed. And me and Sane go back in the comment. Me and him go back on this all the time. Like, now, granted, if you offer 5 first-round picks in New York or Brooklyn, don't take it, then damn it, like, what can you do? Like, you just out here getting finessed, and they not working with you. I get it, but at the same time, like, you haven't cashed in, you haven't made this roster better to look like it was championship caliber. And so I get what he's saying. And Kleiman has come out of his mouth quite a few times saying that they want to compete for a championship. The moves just haven't shown it. So I will say I will disagree with him on this point. Kleiman has said multiple times this summer that we're not one wing away from competing for a title. And so based on that, based on the moves that he's made, getting younger, getting assets, I should say, it's a retool. Like, we're retooling, we stepping back, like I just said, we're taking a step back to move forward. So, like, are we gonna compete for a championship next year? As presently constructed, I would say no, but I would say it is taking some steps to getting back towards in that trajectory. Do we make a deal at the deadline that puts us back in that conversation? Shit, potentially, maybe so. I don't know. I can't tell the future, but you know what I'm saying? Like, as right now, I feel like we're taking just a few steps back to move forward, bro. And I'm cool with that. I'm enjoying the ride with it. So, like, when he said, like, he's fine with it, just don't say championship. I'm kind of where he is. I know that's not the goal right now, so I'm not expecting it. Like, my expectations are not for us to go out and get KD, because I know that's where we at. So I see it both sides, I guess. I guess
my thing is, and okay. Yes, I'm talking. Yes, you can admit the past. Yes, the past. Yes, I agree.
Probably went to the Nets. I mean, to the Hornets. My bad. Go ahead.
Yeah, well, there's that now. Dang
it.
Well, there's that. Forget the last 30 minutes of the show. Anyway.
Yep.
Well, like, dang, I'm looking at it right now too. But nah, like, yes, in the past, yes, we have not made. But I feel like this summer, like, we're currently doing that to try to make our breadcrumbs to do that. I feel like now we are. Like, you don't trade up 5 spots and future assets for a guy in Cedric Coward that you don't think like can put you over, not put you over, but that can put you in the direction to contend. That's what I mean. You don't make a move for a vet in KCP to try. You're not doing these things. You're not trying to get Ty Jerome. Like, that's why I say now we're actually making serious moves to get there. Do I feel like we're done? No. But I would agree with y'all last year, a few years ago. Yeah, we're not trying to compete for a championship. I feel like we haven't made serious moves. But now the fact we're actually trying to do these things, and Zach Kleiman is saying that his philosophy that he's been doing has been working. Now I feel like we're slowly but surely, I keep hitting my mic, are trying to get there to win it, to compete for a championship. Am I saying that's not gonna be Am I saying it's gonna be next year? No, I'm not saying it's regular. I'm saying we're setting the foundation. That's what I mean. Contending in my head. Contending just don't mean trying to go all in for next year. That's not what it means in my head. I'm saying between 1 and 3 years, you are making moves to continue knocking that door to win. Like, we saw how long it took for the Celtics to win a championship. Like, they was knocking the door for a long time. Same thing with the Thunder. No one, like, the Thunder made moves over time to knock on the door. Like, I don't see why the Grizzlies can't do what the Thunder was doing, or through the Celtics are doing, or the Nuggets, like, to make these micro moves here and there, and for the year to be their year. That's why I say I don't like what people say we're not trying to win a championship, because I feel like we're moving forward in the right direction now. That's why I say yes. In the past, I agree, but now I feel like we're making the right deals forward. Like, sir, as much as I don't like that Jaren got that much money, like, that's still setting up an all-star caliber player. Like, that's what serious teams do. So I feel like we're not done. I'm not finna say Kleiman is the best GM ever, but I genuinely feel like we're doing slowly but sure the right things to make us a championship contender one day. Like, and I see that in the next 1 to 3 years, like, wholeheartedly.
Yep. Also, more you probably knew here. We have talked about Kleiman like a dog. We are not Kleiman fans, but we will be objective when a good move is a good move. So, yeah. And Money J, I know you probably a little bit late. We talked about that earlier on. As far as Cole Anthony, make somebody take somebody that they don't want. They tried the whole weekend to move Cole Anthony. Nobody wanted his contract or wanted his value. There's nothing you could do. But yeah, we won't end on that. We almost at 2 hours. I got babies to feed, homework to do, a lot of other stuff to do. But it's been a good one, man. We appreciate y'all. Yeah, man. We got other stuff to get into. But it's been good. It's a good free agency night. Probably some other things to happen. I would say again, we still got to address the backup bid or / starting bid for the start of the year situation. So I'm excited to see what happens. A lot of the guys we talked about are probably off the board, but trades are not off the table, and deals still have no ink on them. So there's a lot of deals going to be expanded by July 6th. So we'll see what happens. But before we get out of here, anything you want to share with the people before we go, bro?
Nah, like I said, my last article is on my Twitter right now. If you want to hear my thoughts about the wing rotation, we talked about it a little bit on the show, but just being the Cowards here now, the Grizz got some decisions to make with Gigi and Vince and GD and all these guys. So if y'all want to read that, y'all do it. But nothing that I don't got nothing else for me right now, bro.
For sure. Well, man, look, we appreciate each and every one of y'all for tapping in tonight. For sure. We'll be back next Monday, 6:30. Hopefully we got some other things to discuss. Hopefully some other moves. We did get some news about the coaching staff. Assistant has been added out of TSU. Another Penny, but not the Memphis Penny. Penny. Yeah. Was a former teammate of Coach T.I. So we got some movement on the staff. Still don't know who the top assistant was going to be, but we'll have more information coming soon because Summer League does start this weekend, man. So y'all be safe this holiday season. Have a great week. As we always say, do something this week that makes you happy, that makes you feel good, that puts a smile on your face, because that's what it's all about. And yeah, man, we'll reconvene next week, like we always say. Go Grizz.
Thank you for listening to this episode of the No Bluffing Podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, like and subscribe to Bluff City Media's YouTube page. For comprehensive coverage of all things Memphis sports, head over to www.bluffcitymedia.co and find out how you can become an insider. We will see you back here next week.